Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I'll wait for some people to come in. Oh, God. What a day. What a day. Welcome to Juanita Podcast. How everybody doing out there? I'm back for another one. Tonight demonstration why some people will believe a lie opposed to the truth. Why? So, welcome you to another demonstration. I'm getting people some time to pull up. I'm a little tired. I'm recovering from surgery, but I'm back to do a live. I wanted to come on today to do this live. So we will get started in a minute after I see some people show up. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope everybody having a great Sunday. Hope your day is going well. Hope you're getting prepared for the new coming year. And I wish you all the best in the new year. Hopefully we'll have a better year than this year. So I give some folks a chance to pull up. And then we're going to get started on tonight's demonstration. You know, I don't understand why people focus more on a lie than the truth. It's no surprise to me, but that's exactly what's going on in today's world. I don't know. I guess they think lies is more settling than the truth. Well, we all know the truth will set you free, but a lot of people don't believe that. And I don't know if everybody wants to be set free. That's the issue. If you know the truth gonna set you free, when you want to be free, instead of stuck on a whole lot of lies. I hate a liar. I ain't gonna lie, I hate a liar. But the worst thing I hate is when somebody lie on me. And that's that right there. Can't deal with that. Can't deal with a liar. Ooh, can't deal with a liar. Ooh. I just can't deal with a liar, period. Like a liar. I would love to have some background music, but I don't want no copy strike, so I'm gonna have to make my own music. To put some music on here. I'm just waiting for some folks to pull up. If not, then I'm gonna reschedule this demonstration for another day, another time. I don't know why none of my subscribers or anybody, I don't understand why nobody don't, see my notifications. I don't know what's going on, but it's all good. It's all good. I will give y'all some time to pull up. But in the meantime, in between time, I don't even have no videos, I don't have no music. I don't know what that is. Sing, Jamal, sing! Go ahead, son, nephew. Having fun with the family. I don't know. Just some little short clips. Okay, I'm gonna get started with or without the people. Okay, like I said, um, people like to say the truth will set you free, but what they don't tell you is that before it frees you, it exposes you. A lot of people don't like to be exposed, and exposure is uncomfortable. That's why people focus on lies more than truth. Not because they're intelligent, not because they don't know better, but because lies are emotional convenient. That's the reason why it's convenient to tell a lie. But the sad part about telling a lie is once you tell one lie, you gotta tell another lie to cover that lie. Then you can't remember the first lie. Then you gotta tell another lie, and then it just becomes a whole lot of lies. For what? When you could just tell the truth once and let it go, let it roll. A lie doesn't ask you to change. A lie doesn't ask you to reflect. A lie don't ask you to admit when you're wrong. A lie let you stay exactly the way you are. But the truth doesn't do that. The truth shows up with questions. The truth shows up with receipts. The truth shows up demanding accountability. A lot of people ain't accountable for what they do. And history shows us this again and again. So why just tell the truth? Why? I mean, I don't understand. Just like uh I'll give you an example. The Central Park Five. Y'all remember when it was five teenagers, they was wrongly convicted because the lie fit a dramatic story. The truth came out later, but the damage to their life was already done. So lies destroy reputation. Lies destroy lives. Lies destroy a lot of things. Just like uh another example, the Iraq War, when they kept saying it was weapon of mass destruction. Them weapons never exist. But the lie drove it to a war, and there was a lot of loss. So these lies, I mean, like I said, lies will destroy people's life. You know, these wasn't small mistakes. These was lies. They was lies that shaped public perception and policies. People just like telling lies, and I don't understand why people like to lie. It's just crazy how people lie. It's just, I mean, when that shooting happened at Brown University this month, and misinformation was spreaded, it was spreaded instantly online. People was falsely accusing innocent Pakistani students of being a shooter. Others claim the gunman shouted extremist slogans with no evidence. So it's just a lie. You know, False accusation was shared widely, doxing innocent people and turning public attention to sensational claims before facts was known. Once the truth was confirmed by the law enforcement, the damage to the student reputation was already done. It was already there. Salute, bro. Salute, Shank. How you doing, man? I'm doing a demonstration tonight, lies versus the truth. And I don't understand why a lot of people will believe a lie instead of the truth. We see it time and time every day. They rather go with a lie than the truth. The truth not factual. Lies not factual. So they rather take a lie over the truth. And this is how the lies work. Lies can destroy lives. But what gets me is like on social media. Social media didn't create a problem. It just charged it. It's crazy how a person can get on social media and live a whole lie. Because they don't want nobody to know the truth about how they live or who they are. Only because they want to get in the algorithm, they want to get rewarded, they want clicks and likes and all this kind of stuff, and they not even being their true self. You know, um, it's so crazy to me, but a lot of people will live off a lie instead of the truth. Because accepting the truth sometimes mean saying I believe I did the wrong thing or they support the wrong narrative. They stay silent when they need to talk. You know, um, I think truth threaten people identity, but the lies protect it. That's why lies dominate in politics. Politics lie all the time. And sometimes when you tell the truth, they end up losing their career. But lies win elections. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how we live in a world where people rather lie than tell the truth. And I don't understand that. Lies dominate relationships, they dominate your career. And, when you being confronted by the truth, it forces you to have a resolution. You know, um, the truth demand reform. You know what I'm saying? Lies preserve control. And it kills me when it comes to the justice system because injustice don't survive on missing facts. It survives on stories. People refuse to question. You know what I'm saying? Culturally, we used to value the truth. We used to like the raw, uncomfortable truth because they say the truth set us free. But I don't think everybody wants to be free because everybody wants to live a lie. We don't value the truth like we used to. Uh, Now we value speculations, assumptions. What can be. You know, People get on these platforms and they lie and they create drama just for views and likes. And when me or you or somebody else get on here and want to tell the truth about things, we don't get that same attention like they do if somebody causing disruption and full of lies. People be over there cheering them on, because it is what they're getting from it. You know, yeah, the people that's not right. You're right. It's sad how they don't even see the reality of how truth is really is. Drama trends more than reality, than the truth. You can get a whole lot of people who up to no good, who's creating drama, and they get a whole lot of likes and views for the drama that they put out. But if we was truth tellers like we are, you and myself, we ain't gonna get all them clicks and views and likes from people because they don't feel that it's entertaining to them. You know, the point is we don't have an information problem. We have a courage problem. People don't have the courage to sit down and tell the truth no more. And only because lies sit down and agree with you, but truth stand up and challenge you. That's the only thing. See, truth would challenge you. Lies let you sleep, but the truth wakes you up. A lot of people ain't woke today. They don't care about the truth, you know. So it just baffles me the way this world is today with all the lying that goes on in our world. People lie to get to places. People lie to move up. People lie to do anything. Um, when you could just tell the truth. I'd rather take the truth over lie. Even though I know the truth hurts. And I could deal with that. But the lies is what kill your soul, it kill your spirit. And I feel like when a person lied to me, I can't trust them. Because if you tell a lie once, you're gonna tell it twice. And they said when you lie, you steal. And when you steal, you kill. So it just go in that order. You know, um, I just don't understand why, you know, people protect themselves behind a lie. But I guess it's safer. Some people feel it's safer to tell a lie than tell the truth. But safety have a cause, you know, because every lie we protect, we bury the truth that could have changed something, you know. Um, so the real question is, why do people believe lies? Who benefit from the lie? And what does the truth demands of us? You know what I'm saying? If you have to struggle to tell the truth, there's something wrong with you. You can't grow um, unless you're growing in truth. And I feel a lot of people is shorting their growth when they not being honest about who they are or what they stand for in this world. It's just crazy how people will allow lies to destroy their house, their jobs, their homes, and whatever the case they dealing with. I just don't get it. So I wanted to come on here tonight and do this demonstration about why people choose lies over the truth, you know, and point out them key points of why uh people lie. you know um I tell you, it just this world is just a hot mess, and I see people going about their daily life and doing things not even living up to the reality of what the truth is in their life. And it's not because they don't know better. It's because lies are emotional convenient. You know what I'm saying? A lie doesn't ask for them to change. It don't even ask for them to reflect. It don't even ask for them to admit they wrong. So they stay just how they are without knowing the truth about it. You know, Truth don't does all that. You know, when people held accountable, it helps even the situation more better. A lot of people need to be held accountable, you know, for what they doing in their life. And you want to hit the panel, we can have a conversation if you like. I can drop the link. Hopefully it'll work this time for you. And we can have a conversation. But I just felt like I'd come on for the night and share my opinion. You know, I just had surgery, so I ain't got nothing else to do but sit around and try to get much demonstrations in as I possibly can. So, like I was saying in the beginning, how you gonna change if you gonna live behind a lie? How you gonna be a better you if you lie to yourself? That's one thing I don't like. I that's one thing I learned when I came home from treatment is not to lie to myself about anything. I had to be totally honest with myself in order for me to grow, in order for me to see things different, in order for me to be in a better place in my life. I had to be honest with myself. Because if I lied to myself the way I was lying to myself when I was on the street, then I will walk right back into that nightmare I was living in. You know, I would be right back in the same place I started off at. So, you know, the words say to thyself be true. So, in order for me to be honest and truthful to somebody else, I had to first initially be true to myself. And I think that was the most personal thing I could ever do was to honestly be honest with myself, you know. Um, Instead of telling myself those little white lies, you know. I can honestly say today, I ain't got a lie to me. Now we all know we are told many lies growing up. You know, uh, parents had us telling lies. Friends had us telling lies. Soulmates had, I mean, girlfriend, boyfriends have us to lie. And I just don't understand how people can thrive on a lie. I really don't, I can't wrap my head around it, but it is what it is. People lie. And like I said, lie destroys people. Why not just be honest and tell the truth? I think you can get to a furthermore better place in life, in your career, in your relationship, in your growth by just being honest. You know, we gotta stop standing around. All right, I'm gonna add you on, Shank. Add you on. Salute, bro.
Salute, sis.
What's going on with you, man?
Sitting up here watching this crazy game between the Eagles and the Bills.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I see. We all out. We y'all looking good this year, though.
Man, y'all know that thing was staged with the Ravens and the Steelers. Come on now.
Yeah, I know it
It's
was. I
and
know it was.
and I ain't going to watch it. I ain't watching that game. Every game I watch, we lose. Every game I don't watch, we
Y'all
win.
win.
Yep.
Well,
And
maybe I need to start watching my games because we have lost every goddamn game.
man, I don't even got high blood pressure, but them Ravens will run my pressure up.
Yeah, they would definitely do that and give you a heart attack at the same
Man.
time.
And the cold thing is, we can beat any team. We can beat the best of the teams, but
Yeah,
we don't
y'all was
show
doing.
up.
Yeah, y'all was doing pretty good. That's why I was like, you know, Baltimore looking good. They y'all looking better than us. But god dang,
We won't show up. Then we show up when you just know we're gonna lose this game. Then we show up and
yeah,
beat.
that's when y'all show up, which is bad. But How you feel about my topic today? What you think
It's a
about that, Shank?
it's a good demonstration. It all starts with self.
True.
Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that's what he wanted us to focus on. Know
Right.
thyself,
Know thyself.
because it all starts with self. And
Pretty
M-
much.
Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror.
Man
I
in the
mean,
mirror.
and this
Exactly.
is this is what I tell everybody. You can learn a lot from a fool. You have to look at everybody as teachers.
True.
The second that you think you know it all, the second that you turn a closed ear to somebody, is the second that you lose.
Yeah.
I say all this to say the people not right. The people ain't right. Look at where we come from to where we're at now.
Now. True that.
It's like you said before. It was accountability. Before, it was like you couldn't, on both sides, men and women. I couldn't go around my day ones. My day ones couldn't come around me out of pocket on some BS. And I'm sure your day ones couldn't come around you out of
Right.
pocket. It's like, no, yo, we don't do that over here. You get where I'm coming from? Somebody gonna pull your coattail. I'm pulling somebody coattail, somebody pulling my coattail. No, we don't
Right.
do that. You know that's wrong.
Yeah, but seem like to me they hit the snooze button when it comes to
Yep.
accountability.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They hit the snooze
Yep.
button. Like people don't want to be held accountable for the
Nope.
actions that they play.
Nope.
You know
Nope.
what I'm saying? I mean, if this world would be a better place if everybody was to take accountability for their
Yes, it
actions.
would. Yes, it would. And then let me build off of what you were saying as far as, okay, so now being a content creator, now you're starting to see another level of how social media work. But
Yeah,
like you were saying, all the positive and all the actual facts that we do drop. Now, if that's what I said, if I was clout chasing, I have over 1 million
you
subscribers.
exactly,
I
exactly,
all my demonstrations would be 50,000 views or more.
and more. Yep,
Now I can't clout chase. I know how to clout chase. I
right,
know how to, go in left field, but that's just not me.
exactly. And you
That ain't
don't
me.
want to portray yourself as that.
No,
You know what I'm
no,
saying? And that's
no.
why I said, no matter where I'm at with this, being a new content creator and coming on and spitting what I feel, I'm gonna keep on spitting the truth. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? No
Mm-hmm.
matter how many views or how many people come,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna keep on spitting it because that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
not just like I said, I seen a video last week, you know, it was a faulty, I mean, just negative drama. Just it was over a million
Yep.
views on it.
Yep. Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yep.
people get
Yep.
off on this type of
Yep.
content.
Yep.
But when you put something out positive, something factual, something true, something that hit home, something that heart, people shy away from that.
And you know the cold piece, especially like with Facebook. I know Facebook, because Facebook is easy to like share, things like on Facebook. You'll see, for me, I see certain people that, I call them holier than thou, but the things that they entertain, the things that they share, and I be like, why is
What?
you sharing this? Why is you entertaining this? And you always talking holier than thou.
Yeah, I don't get that too because I have to pick and choose what I share.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really do because the point is, I get that point with what you saying, the person holier than thou, but you saying negativity, drama,
Mm-hmm.
and all
Mm-hmm.
this. But you want to preach the word, you want to
Mm-hmm.
blow up my life, you want me to
Mm-hmm.
get in
Mm-hmm.
the church, you want me to get saved,
Mm-hmm.
but you showing
Uh-huh.
naked women fighting in the mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you explain that logic?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I get that, but it took me a minute. But then when I sat down, like I said, I just had my surgery, last week, and I've been watching a couple of videos here, a couple of videos there. When I got the strength to get up to look at, I'm like, I'm gonna try my best to be consistent in doing my content, and I'll pick and choose what I want to do. But with the stuff I see, it just had me to come up and say people would take lies versus the truth.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And I
yeah,
said I'm gonna do a demonstration on that because that's what we have. Reality could be hitting somebody in their face,
yeah,
smacking them upside the head. But you know what? They gonna go over there and live with that lie
yeah,
because they don't want to face the
yeah,
reality of what life is showing them.
yeah. Somebody can tell a lie on you, and people will believe it.
Quick,
Somebody can tell the truth, and they won't believe it.
they wouldn't believe it.
Somebody
And
can t-
then go ahead, go ahead.
somebody can tell all the good things that you do. It's an agenda behind why you did it, or you sure he did that, or you sure she did it. Somebody could tell a lie. I knew she wasn't shit. I knew he wasn't shit.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why the hell people believe lies opposed to the truth. And I think some people, I think because every lie that people protect, they bury the truth.
And you know what though, Juanita, it got a lot to do with that individual. See, it got a lot to because if you can believe a lie over the truth,
Then what that
just
say
that
about you?
that's there you go. What that say about you? You could believe it just like that fast. Like me, if somebody come and tell me something about anybody, it could be an op, it could be somebody that I could care too less about. I ain't taking a word. Okay, I'll be like, okay, what's my favorite word? Let it play out.
Let it
I
play
I,
out.
I
Yeah.
I gotta see it play out because I know because people have done me like that and people still
Yeah.
do me like that. So I know I ain't the only one that get lied on. So I always say let it play out. And we'll
Right.
find out and we'll see,
Where
who
the truth lies at.
bingo, bingo,
Where the truth lies. That's me.
bingo.
That's me right there. I was like, okay, if you want to believe what so and so say, then you go ahead and believe. But
Yeah,
sooner or later, the truth gonna surface, and then what they gonna say about you?
yeah,
And I'd rather me personally, and see, I'm the type of person I like to go to the horses myself.
yeah,
I like to get it from the horse myself because
yeah,
I'm not gonna believe everything what somebody tell me. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when I know this person have a habit of lying.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? We got some habitual liars out here. They just
yeah,
lie to
yeah,
live, lie to live. Like,
yeah.
but I'm like, my man, you ain't gotta lie, Craig.
You
You just
ain't
got
got a lie.
to. You
You
ain't
ain't
gotta
got a lie.
lie, right?
You ain't got a
And
lie to kick it.
what would you profit off a lie?
They not right. They not right.
Right. You ain't gonna
That
profit nothing off from a lie. And
uh-uh.
like I said, the truth do hurt. But I'd rather take that pain than the
Yeah,
pain of a lie.
yeah, yeah,
Because see, a lie can damage your
yeah,
reputation. It
yeah,
can damage your career. It can damage your
yeah,
love life. It
yeah,
can damage you.
yeah. Because people gonna believe the lie first. And it's people that lied on me and you both from years
Yes.
ago. We don't even
Yeah.
know. We don't even know about it.
We exactly. And we got dragged into somebody else's
Yeah,
foolishness
yeah.
because they want to tell a lie.
Because they want to tell a lie. And then, like you said, the people around, what do that say about you? Well, I ain't know. Well, what do you mean you ain't know? You should have,
Right.
you know what I mean? You should have just been like, well, I can't believe that until I find out for myself.
Yeah.
And then if you gotta if you gotta come and approach me, if you gotta go and approach that person, hey Shank, let me holler at you for a minute. Hey Juanita, let me holler at you for a minute. I heard some things about you, and I don't, I believe in just, clearing it up and getting it out the way. You know, I
Yeah,
respect a person like that if they come to me off of something that they heard, than to
right.
just go off of it and, well, I don't know, it could be true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And the sad part, the lie would travel faster than the truth.
Yeah,
You know,
You
by
know,
the
about
time they get around to you, by the time truth come up, you
yeah,
like, damn, that lie
yeah,
spread 20,000 times before you even get
yes,
the truth.
yes. And it
And
be
and I think that's the reason why, you know, you get to the point in your life where you can't trust a lot of people.
you can't. And you shut down. You don't want to be bothered with nobody. You stop answering phone calls. You stop text messaging people.
Yeah, you
You
don't want
just,
to conversate with them no
yeah.
more.
Because you don't know who to trust. You don't know if they being phony or fake. And if it's one thing that being from the DMV, if it's one thing that's being from DC, Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia, it's one thing we know phony people. We know fake people.
Yeah,
You can't tell me you from DC and you don't know when a motherfucker being phony.
exactly.
You can't tell me you from Baltimore and don't know when the
Don't
person
know when
being
to,
phony. And
exactly.
it's probably like that all over, but I'm just speaking for DC and Baltimore because that's where we from. It's people all over probably like that, you
Yeah,
know. But you know when somebody being fake, you know when somebody being phony. The vibe,
exactly.
the vibe ain't there, you know.
Yeah. And then you can always read the room when you step in the room
Yeah,
and you check it out because you
yeah,
already know. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, I don't want, me personally, that's why my circle is small. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
only travel
Mm-hmm.
with a couple of people. And I'm glad the people that I travel with is honest enough to tell me the truth. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even though, like I said, it hurt, but I'd rather for them to tell me the truth than lie to me because I can't travel with no liars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say it look good when it don't look good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just can't put that out like that. And like I said, being in these YouTube streets and social media, it's not, it's baffling to me,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said before, people thrive off lies. They run with the liars opposed to run. You can have a whole case that you got factual information, straight information, you giving it up, and they call you a clout chaser,
Yeah.
or you just trying to get views and clicks. But here go Johnny over there and made up a whole goddamn program, a whole
Uh-huh.
story to fit somebody's narrative, and they
Mhm.
over there encouraging them on, giving
Mhm.
him super chats and
Mm.
super stickers and hitting
Mm.
his cash up and blowing them up. And this
Man,
nigga
man.
lying like a mother.
Mhm. No, he lying, and you,
No,
the
he
motherfucker,
lying.
know he lying.
Yeah, and then the sad part is, if somebody in the chat or somebody catch him in a lie, he ready to block him. What?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, come on. What the hell is really going on?
yeah,
The Bible speaks truth.
yeah,
And like you said, to thyself, like I said, to thyself be true.
yeah.
If you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with nobody.
Say it again. You
You
know,
just can't.
and then especially like in the lane that we in, we all about advocating for victims' rights and helping people in mental illness and these children and stuff like that. And we still get a bad rap. We still get
Yeah,
treated bad. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
Do you realize all the things that I could be actually doing on here?
I know, right?
I'm keeping it 100. Do you know, man? I'm trying to tell you, I could be doing the opposite of what you see me doing now. I could be on
Exactly.
some negative ish. I mean,
Right.
jamming.
Right.
You hear me
Off the hook.
jamming?
Yeah, off the hook.
Shit, taking down.
Right. And that's what I don't understand, because now we being the voices for the people. We being voices for the people who do not speak out. We bringing awareness to certain situations, certain cases, on million times. And people look at us like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we doing it because that's who we are. That's what we
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
We supposed to bring awareness to certain things, and then so
Yeah.
people won't be blindsided by the foolishness that's going on in our world.
Yeah. And you on your way. You see, you gonna have 100 people down there. You gonna have 200 people. You on your way. You only one story away. You only one demonstration away. And
Right.
and and you gonna be like, Shank, come, Shank,
I know,
help,
I know.
help.
Cause I sit up here and I said, it's a lot of stories I really want to cover. Like
Mhm,
I've been following a lot of cases. I'm
mhm,
always here for Nazaria Hurts. I'm
mhm,
always in her case.
mhm.
But I've been following that Romika Mills case. I've been
That's a
following
good
that
one.
DB4BD case. I've been
Hmm.
following that case strong. You know, I've been following a lot of cases where I got a lot of information that I have to put together that I can perform a decent demonstration on. And I'm just waiting till that time where I can get everything down packed the way I need to get it down packed to
Hmm.
perform it and put it out there the way I need to get to put it out because I got a lot of opinions on those two cases. You know what I'm saying? And bring the information to the people so of how I think about it, what should have happened in that type of situation. So I'm still building, still trying to figure it out. But I think the more I do it, the more I get at it. You know what I'm saying?
You doing good. You doing good. It's just that timing. Everything is timing. You
That's
doing
true.
good. You
That's
know,
true.
you right where you belong at. Like I said, it's coming. You gonna see it. You gonna start to see 10 people in your chat. You gonna start to see 20 people in your chat. Then the rest is history. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, Shank, who is these crazy people? Shank, let me tell you, this person had a nerve to come through and say this and say, Shank, who's these people? I don't
Right,
know.
right,
Them your
right,
people.
right.
Them your people.
I'm all for it though. I appreciate it.
All
I
right,
appreciate
all
it
right,
because I'm looking forward to the day to come. It's like, well,
all
damn,
right,
you know what? I got,
all right.
I
Look,
mean,
all right.
you're gonna say, God dang it, sis, I told you, God damn it,
I
I
told
told
you,
you.
ain't
Yeah,
nobody exempt. Ain't
right.
no, when you become a content creator, you're in the lion's den. You're not exempt.
Yeah, I got it. But you know what? I got enough hair on my chest to stay for it though.
Okay.
I'm all
Okay.
for it. I don't run from challenges. You know that.
Okay.
I'm a risk taker. I'm all for it. I'm just like, all right, y'all come on in. Let's get
Okay.
this popping. Let's see what we got today.
Mhm.
I
But you
know it's a
fine.
lot I have to do, but I'm all for it.
You fine. And look where you came from.
Yeah. But I appreciate you for your encouragement and and helping me get on my way and helping me getting started and everything. Cause I was like, okay, I don't know if I could do this because for a long time, oh man, I don't know what happened. I ain't know if I could do this. With Shank gone drop down, hope he has dropped back up. But yeah, it's a pleasure to do this type of stuff. I'm all for it. Yeah, but like I said, getting back to the demonstration, you know, uh, by the time this truth speaks, the line already got many of fathers. People already emotional invested, not letting the lie die. So accepting the truth sometimes is say the truth is to believe if something wrong or you have the wrong narrative to stay silent when it matters. So if you out there, speak your truth. Be honest about who you are. Do what's right for you. Do what's right for your culture. You know, um, Stay true to yourself. Because lies ain't gonna get you nowhere. Lies gonna put you on the side. It's gonna take you somewhere you don't want to be. You know, it's not so much of a struggle um when it comes to living in your truth. You know, you have to stay focused on what is best for you. You know, like I said, the truth do set you free. You know, but let me just say, before it set you free, it will expose you. And if you don't mind being exposed, then it's nothing to worry about. You know, it's good to have a backbone to stand up for what's right. You know, they said stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, in and everything. So, you know, let's be honest. Let's tell the truth. Let's be real about what we do. You know, let's give our next generation something they can adapt and follow. You know, let's help them stand in their truth. Let's help them to push forward. You know, you can't be an activist or preacher or something if you can't be a. Hold on for me, y'all. Sorry about that, guys. That was my daughter calling. Yeah. So let's just, be honest, stand in our truth, do what's right with the truth, opposed to standing in a lie. You know, it's just crazy to me how people um just do certain things just to get attention. It just amazes me, you know, how people would just want to get attention, you know, but they not being honest about what they doing. You know, um, I just wanted to get on here and share my opinion because I know for a fact after watching all the social media and all the entertainment out there, people just tend to lie about everything. And it's crazy. Just like when we was covering the Shanquilla case, you know, um, which was a real widespreadly recognized case. Here you got this black woman, powerful, standing in her truth, living her life, doing her thing, young black entrepreneur, making a way for herself, supporting herself, doing everything she need to do for her. And they took her over Cabo and unalive her. And I don't understand why people was focused more on a lie than the truth. They lied and said she died from alcohol poison. When we know for a fact that Shanquilla didn't die from alcohol poison. We saw that. You know, people like to say that, people like to say things that wasn't even true. And they ran on them narratives in that case. Now she still don't have her justice. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody ran with that narrative that she died from alcohol poison, which we know for a fact that Sean Quiller didn't die from alcohol poison. That was a bold-faced lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people focus on lie more than truth. Not because they unformed, not because they don't care. It's because lies was emotional convenient to them. It was convenient for them to tell that lie. It was easy for them to tell that lie. Because that lie wasn't going to change anything. You know, the lie did not confront anything came to her case. They couldn't even admit that someone did something wrong. They couldn't admit it. She went on a trip with people she trusted, and she never came home. You know, like I said, they said she died of alcohol poisoning. They said it was an accident. They said there was no foul play. That lie traveled so fast that it was crazy. And it was so easy. That's why they didn't do a lot of investigation. It was no accountability. It was no discomfort. They just went with the lie. But see, when the truth started knocking and the death certificate came back contradicting the whole story, and then that video surfaced of her being assaulted, and it wasn't no alcohol found in her system. It came from severe injuries. Here come the truth. And everybody got quiet. Everybody started resisting the truth. She didn't just die suddenly. She died from the harm she was put through. She was harmed. She was killed. And this made a lot of people uncomfortable because we saw the videotape of her getting taken advantage of. She was a victim. They said she drunk too much. She must have fallen. No, it was a fight. And it wasn't a fight, it was an attack. No. So, I mean, that thing just caused uproar, and these combos still running around. Because they stay hid behind the lie. And see what I said about truth. See, truth demand accountability. They need to be accountable for what they done to her. She deserved justice. They start throwing in about her character, her behavior, her choices. That ain't got nothing to do with what they done to her. Instead of focus on what was done to her, that's how lies work against her. The lies question the victim, and the truth threaten the system. Because truth is forced to ask harder questions. Why was this investigation? Why was it investigated immediately? Why was the first story accepted so easily? Why did it take public outrage for facts to matter? Social media didn't create a pattern, it exposed it. Outrage spread fast, yes, but so did doubt, so did excuses, so did silence. But once again, the burden of proof fell on the victim, even in her death, because the truth is heavier than the victim. Because the truth is heavy when it's a black woman. Is that it? Because the truth requires society to admit that black women are the most unprotected, unvaluable person in the world. And that's why it was so easy to dismiss her death the way they did, because they went on lies. Lies allow people to move without fixing anything. It's about how many times this goes with people lying on people or telling a story. How many times did they minimize black women pain until it's undeniable? How many times truth is delayed until justice become harder? She still ain't get her justice. And that's because lies will sit down and agree with the world as it is. Truth will stand up and say something is wrong. You know, like I said before, lies let people sleep, but the truth wakes you up. And a lot of people still not woke. You know, when we tell the truth about certain things, it's hard for a person to believe that truth. But when you tell a lie, oh my God, that lie spread faster than a forest fire. But no lie isn't stronger than the truth. There's no lie stronger than the truth. It's just safer. It's safe to believe, it's safe to repeat, and it's safe to accept. But safety, like I said, comes with a cost. Because every lie we protect, it buries somebody's truth. And it delay the justice for a little longer. So my question is, why do people believe lies? Why? I mean, why is the truth about black women so hard for society to face? Why? Because lies is comfortable when they protect you. You know, it's crazy to me, but hopefully in this day and time, um, people will grow a little more wiser, a little more better, and a little more noble to really tell the truth. Um, that's what I hope, and I think we'll be in a better place, a better world, a better space if everybody was to tell the truth. Maybe some of these cases we could win justice faster than some of the other if people start being accountable for the actions that they play. Um, Hopefully, we can get justice for a lot of these young people who have lost their lives. You know, only if the truth was just to be told. If you face jail time, you just face jail time. If you don't do the crime, you won't have to do the time. It's just that simple. Life is so simple. Things are so simple. It's so simple for certain things in life, but we make it complicated. Let me say it again. It could be something so simple in life, but we as a people, we make it complicated. And it shouldn't have to be complicated at all. So, uh, hopefully life will get better for all of us. And the lies that have been told can turn into truth someday. So if you came across this demonstration, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm looking to build my channel up. Hope to get 500 at least by next year. So if you like what you heard here, hit that like button. If you want to support the channel, my cash app is JUANBRO. You can send a donation to support my channel. I appreciate you for listening. Hope to see you on the next one. Peace and love. Stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. So please, do right by yourself. Peace.